Hold on, I'm driving.
Just be safe first.
No, but I'll go there probably. Do you still have like lots of cases of COVID-19 coronavirus there? No.
Oh, really?
All right.
You definitely have to quarantine for 14 days.
Oh, if I go there, I need to quarantine for 14 days before getting out of the airport or even the hotel.
Correct.
Oh God.
They will send you from the airport straight to the hotel that you pick. You will stay there for 14 days and that much.
But you are the one who's the government is the one who's gonna pay for it.
No, not anymore.
I hope you guys are okay there.
Okay?
Yeah, I'm pretty okay. Just bought a piece of land and probably be retiring by next year. I hope to.
Hiring.
Yeah, I'm too. I want to enjoy life. Namasyal lang kami ngayon ni Isko at ni Pablo. Meron lang kaming pinuntahan. Yung magiging bahay namin. Yung nakikita nyo. Yan. Yan mga nakikita nyo. Yan. Hanggang dun sa dulo. Dun sa dulo. Dun din sa dulo. Yan. Hindi ko lupa yan. Hindi ko lupa yan. Akala gusto ko maging lupa ko siya pero hindi ko lupa yan. Okay. Meron lang akong binili dito na kapiraso. Subscribe sa YouTube channel Lestres Zapanta. If you're telling me that the dog would go berserk like for about, let's say, couple of minutes, after the dog goes berserk, that's the time you do click or you do mark the behavior. Sometimes what I do with my students, I allow them to do the crazy stuff. If they want to bark, then go and barking, but I won't stop what I am doing. Alright? So if you are wiping the window, you need to wipe the window for about 30 minutes. If the dog's still snarling for 30 minutes, that's fine. But the moment that dog stops snarling, that's the time you stop wiping. So that the dog would know, oh, that's the only thing I need to do so that person will stop moving. But the dog does accept treats from the owners. With strangers, the dog doesn't accept treats.
He did take treat from my hand.
Inside the house or outside the house?
Inside.
Have you tried doing it outside?
I did try doing it outside too, and it was fine.
All right, that's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good starting point. If you want to do it, let the dog accept treats from you outside. And then once the dog does get that habit of accepting treats from you, then you go slowly inside the house. Let's say in front of their house and then in front of their door. And then once the door is open, you give the dog a treat. And then once, for example, the dog is inside, you give a treat. Once you and the dog is inside, you give a treat. Those step-by-step process.
Walang ganon na 5 minutes. Alam mo naman, di ba, na dito sa dog training, walang magic.
Ano daw?
You build it from the outside rather than inside out because the dog is a stray dog, right? It was a rescued dog, so the dog behaves better outside. The problem is once the dog goes inside the house, the dog feels trapped. That's the reason why the dog is fearful, nervous, and anxious about movements because the dog is not so used to probably being inside a building, and then there's a lot of movements, right? Yeah, it'll definitely make sense because you're talking to me, and that's the reason why you need to pay for the hotel for my quarantine once I go there.
You are funny, Leslie. Very funny, man.
Yeah, but try doing it from the outside going inside because the problem with that dog, the dog owners never introduce the house properly. That's the reason why you see the dog just roaming and then looking what's happening all the time, because the dog wants to be outside, and if the dog is so used and okay being outside, then you need to introduce properly how to be indoors and not really be anxious. So the dog owners, I don't know what happened, but probably when they rescued the dog, they just allowed the dog to go inside and give them the whole space. right? So the dog already learned, and it was imprinted on him that, okay, this is a big cage. Okay, but I'm used to outside. I want to see what's happening outside. And then, shockingly, strangers would come inside the territory, so the dog will feel more nervous. All right, I feel a bit trapped here because there's other people here. Siguro tama na yung 2-bedroom, sala, tsaka kusina, tapos mga aso ko. So, maliit lang. Nagsisimula lang mangarap kasi malay natin. Konting tiyaga-tiyaga pa, maipatayo ko na yung bahay ko dito. Alam niyo naman yung dream house ko. Hindi grande, hindi malaki. As long as comfortable kami ng mga aso ko, may matutulugan kami, may bubong, may aircon. Hindi pwede mawala yung aircon. May kuryente, may internet. Okay? Yun, masaya na kami doon. Basta sama-sama kami. Pero thank you Lord for giving us this blessing. Sana Lord, tuloy-tuloy pa ang blessing at sana ay mapatayo na namin ang bahay namin. Pablo, gusto mong tumira dito? Isko, parang diring-diri ka. Farm to, farm yan, no? Parang diring-diri ka. Ayaw mong tumira dito? Ha? Ikaw, gusto mong tumira dito? Ayan. Ikaw yung masayang-masaya, nagtatatakbo ka eh. Tinakbo mo ng tinakbo yun, lahat yun, tinakbo mo. Hindi mo naman lupa yun, trespassing ka. Ang lupa mo maliit lang. Trespassing ka eh. Time you're using treats or reward-based training or food-based training, you need to make sure that the scent of the food is so strong. Really strong, because you want that dog to smell rather than to watch your hand.
Sa pagtre-training ng aso, lalo na kapag treats ang ginagamit mo, meron tayong mga tinatawag na bite size. Meron kasi sobrang lalaking treats, hindi naman talaga nagagamit yan normally for training. Meron din tayong tinitignan sa treats kung sobrang tigas niya. Gusto mo yung pagkagawa nila ng behavior, pagkaabot mo, manguya nila para attentive ulit sila sa'yo. So, ganun yung i-check natin.
Because those eyes are really dilated. When I saw it with the maid, those eyes were really dilated, like really big looking, like staring down. So because it's the dog is using ears and eyes, the dog is not using the nose. So you need to do some scent work, and don't do it inside the house. Do it outside the house first, like in front of their house first, not inside. After you did the scent work, nose work, then eventually you still go back, but you don't need to start from the room. If the room is the place where the dog reacts so like berserk, really big, don't do it in the room first. Do it in the sala, do it in the kitchen, and then eventually you do it in the room. Okay, but you need to make sure that you get those little successes first before you move to the other place. If you are not successful outside, you cannot move inside the house. Once you are successful in front of their door, and you can ask the dog to sit, lie down, watch you, and accept treats and counter condition, you cannot go inside the house as soon as you were able to do it. All you have to do is just open the door. You and the dog standing outside, open door, going inside. Because the moment you open the door, that memory of him owning that place would come back as soon as you open the door.
Ganun pala yun.
So, because you already did some controlled training techniques outside, inside, the dog will be in doubt, which is sometimes good. Because when the dog is in doubt, and then you reassure that you need to listen to me, then you will be able to sway that frame of mind to the frame of mind that you want. Just remember that the dog needs to do the commands you did outside inside the house so that it will be an imprint.
Okay. I think I understand. And then pretty much from the outside to the inside part, if he starts to snarl,
You go back outside. Yeah, you go back outside. You go back to the last position that you are successful. That you are successful. Yeah. But once you do it, the dog owner should be able to do it, because it won't make any sense if you're just the one who's going to be doing it, because you don't live there. If you live there, then that will be fine, but you don't live there.
Yeah, I understand that. And if we inside the room, we do all obedience stuff.
Yeah.
We do place command, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And if We don't interrupt the dog.
Yes.
We let the dog show that scenario where the person like a man or me wiping the window. I will continue wiping it.
The moment
that they stop by itself,
Yeah.
and clicker, and then food, and then I remove myself.
Yes.
I just
Yeah.
just in the brain a little bit, but when you're pointing it out that it was a rescue dog outside living for their whole life, and then suddenly they're in a room, and then that's when they feel trapped. I was like, yeah, I didn't think about that part.
Yeah, because I know you. I know you're the type of person who would want to really solve the problem as soon as possible. But you just have to come down and see the history, some of the history, and it's a good thing that you called me because it's an interesting case. I've seen a lot of cases like that here with my students, and especially swimming, jogging, flirt pole, and climbing. It would definitely it will help that dog really, because the dog will be reminded of what he was doing outside before. If you make the dog remember, I'm sorry?
I know I keep you as a friend for a reason.
No, don't keep me as a friend.
Tandaan nyo ha, Isko, pag tayo lumipat na dito, may aircon pa rin. Pero Bebe P, pag tayo lumipat dito, walang McDo.
Ano daw?
Walang McDo. Wala talaga McDo. Wala. Magbubuhay tayo, magsasaka. Yun ang gusto ni Daddy. Okay guys, so that's our short video. Thank you for always supporting us. Bye-bye. Like kayo and follow sa Facebook and Instagram, the Pinoy Dog Whisperer, and subscribe sa YouTube channel Les Tres Zapanta.